Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Leo, I'm going to do your 2022 reading for you. We're going to be looking at overall messages from Spirit for you. Then we're going to be looking at love and relationships, and then we're going to be looking at your career and life path. All of it may resonate with you, or simply one or two areas may resonate. I have timestamped those different areas in the description box below. So if you want to click through to one particular area, do click on that timestamp. Just before I start, just my live announcement about tonight, 9 p.m. GMT, that's London time. I do my regular evening with Spirit, your questions answered. So if you have a particular question for Spirit, join me tonight, London time, 9 p.m. GMT, and pop your questions in the comments box. I do start initially with a general overall reading for those that are watching and those that Spirit intends to watch at a later date, and then I move ahead with the questions and devote most of the time to answering as many questions as possible. So join me tonight. Okay, so Leo, let's move forward and do your reading for 2022. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for Leo, for those that most need to hear it for 2022? So we've got the Angel of Strength has come out for you, my darling. That's the first card that has flown out. There's a situation at this time that's calling for you to have that strength, to have that courage as you move forward into 2022. I feel with this card that you're worried about something, you're protecting yourself against something at this time, and you are, it's a tendency that we all tend to do, you're tending to be ready to fight or to argue with somebody. And what Spirit is saying is choose your battles wisely at this time. There is a great deal of power and strength sometimes comes from not saying anything at all. And when somebody is committed to misunderstanding you, then there's nothing you can say that's going to change their mind about anything. And actually, when somebody is committed to misunderstanding you, it's because they are caught up in the stresses of their mind and the worries of their mind and how they perceive life. This is about their direct perception of life. This is about their direct relationship they have with themselves, not with you. So there's nothing that you can say or do that's going to change the situation. And so Spirit is saying, just retire gracefully. You can watch and observe and see what's happening, but just choose your moments if you wish to say a few words. And if you're going to say a few words, say it from a place of understanding about where you are and compassion for yourself. And also, if you're able to have compassion for them as well, because sometimes people know not what they do and they're doing it from a place of pain. So that's your empowerment of this situation. That's your personal power. And that's a choice that you can make. You don't need to react to something. You can respond at a time that works for you and feels right for you. So it is a way of, because you've got this angel and then you've got this, let me just show you again, angel and the lion here. Speak your truth, but speak it from a place that's gentle. When you do that, my darling, when you speak your truth like that and you're not reacting to something, the other person does listen. Now, it may or may not all resonate with them or go in. It doesn't really matter. That shouldn't be your main focus. It can be a consideration of yours, but it's not how the person receives the message, it's how you speak it. Because as you speak it, you receive it, you understand, you have clarity. But in order for that to happen, you have to speak from a place of peace. You have to speak from love. You have to speak from your higher self. So you have to kind of work out how you're feeling first about things and respond from that gentle approach. So that is some advice from Spirit for somebody out there who's listening at this time. Thank you. Anything else that wants to come out from the energy deck? Thank you, Spirit. And now you've got the walking away, my darling. So this is very connected to that Angel of Strength card. There is a time to walk away from something, because when we give so much energy to something that we can't control, or people that we can't control, the only person that is hurting and the only person that is exhausting is yourself. And sometimes the the bravest thing to do, the strongest thing to do, is to walk away for your self-good, to walk away for your self-happiness, to walk away for your self-love, because there is that serenity prayer: accept the things we cannot change, have the wisdom, have the courage to make the changes that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sorry, Spirit, something like that. Anyway, you understand my point. So this is time now for you to make a decision. Now, this could be, it doesn't need to be with love. It could be to do with career as well. So it's something that you're not happy in. And sometimes when you're battling to make something happen, actually Spirit is saying to you, have you thought about this is not happening because it's not meant for you? And there's something coming in for you that you'll be so grateful for when it does. This is, you can see here, there's a sort of, she's leaving, and there's a kind of openness and a light that's there in front of her. And you see the orbs that are shining as well. You can just sort of see it there on the card. So although there will be within you part of a regret about walking away because you're looking back, in doing so, what you're doing, can you see the pair of scissors here as well? You're cutting the cords, you're cutting that energetic cord, you're letting go. And that's the most important thing that you can do at this time. Let go and let God. Allow the universe, allow God to take care of this situation for you, to resolve it if that's what you wish to happen, but to let go energetically of trying to make this happen. There is something that you're fighting against at the moment, and the resistance is because you are trying to force something to happen. So let go. It will give you peace. Just take a deep breath and say, I let go and I let God. Thank you for this situation being resolved for me. Thank you for helping me to understand that this has been resolved for me and this is all for my greatest good. And in doing that, you're letting go of so many habitual, conditioned reactions that you've had to things, because you're actually choosing to renew yourself in that moment. You're making a choice. Everything we do comes down to the choices that we make. We can choose at any given moment to feel happy. We can choose at any given moment not to do something or to do something. So Spirit is saying, make that choice, and you have the power. You are empowered if you release it. There is a huge amount of empowerment in releasing something that has been draining you energetically and is just not for your greatest good and not working for you at this time. So that's an overall Spirit message for Leo, and it may be for a few of you or just one of you out there. So let's move forward, and I'm going to now look at love and relationships for you. So I'm going to use the, I don't often use them, but this is the Romance Angels, and let's see what comes out for Leo. Just keeping an eye on the time there for my time stamp. Thank you for Leo. Thank you, Spirit. So what wants to come out? So you've got here this past life relationship that has come out for you. So what this is saying, my darling, Spirit is saying to me that this is connected with the Spirit messages that we've just received now. A past life relationship tends to be a relationship, and let me show you again. There we go. It tends to be a relationship where we feel a very strong connection to that person. We know that person. We have an instant connection bond with that person, but it also tends to bring up so many triggers, so many things that we react to. And this is the reason for it. On a soul level, okay, on a soul level, everybody has a beautiful soul. Everybody is the divine experiencing. Everybody has that piece of divinity within them. And on a soul level, your soul and their soul have chosen to reconnect in this lifetime. And you may have played this out many, many times before. Sometimes you're them and them you, in terms of what is, you know, the dynamics of the relationship. And it is to evolve your souls. So if you are being particularly triggered by them and you're finding particularly painful things coming up and painful reactions, this is the moment now, your choice to again empower yourself. So rather than being at the receiving end of what you feel is hurts and pain, flip it in your mind and saying, what is their soul? Why is that soul coming to my life? What is this trying to teach me? what is this trying to release from me? What is it within me that I've been carrying for a long time that I get triggered when things happened? I have an emotional reaction to something. And generally, my darling, that's something that we all carry around with us. We think for the most part that we're responding as adults to everything. We're not. We're responding to that inner child within us and the conditioned programming and behaviors that we have had all our life. And that can come from many, many different circumstances and events in our life, or just things that we've told ourselves or others have told us. And Spirit is saying, you are stronger than you know. And this is the time for you to start to empower yourself and say, that's what it's trying to help me to do, to release, because the weight of it, my love, is very heavy. When we carry around all of this energy that is sad and hurt, and some of it can be traumatic as well. And it's to release yourself from the past. It's to release yourself and say, that is not who I am anymore, because now I can understand, now I can see everything that happens for us in our life, my darling. And it happens because it's a gift for us to look at and learn from and evolve from. And as we evolve, we're not gathering more things, we're releasing, we're getting lighter and lighter and lighter as we evolve. And there are things coming forward for you that are going to meet you at the place that you are, having released all of this. So try and look at this relationship as something that on a soul level, their gift to you is to help you release things, and also for you, for them. And I do understand that past life relationships can be particularly challenging, but make the challenge for yourself about how you are responding to this, how you are seeing it, not the challenge in trying to get them to respond to you the way that you wish for it to happen. So excuse me a second, sorry, I just need to turn my phone off for a second. When you can't control what is happening, look to control about how you're reacting to it or responding to it. And it's still not doing it. There we go. Let me just quickly put it on. Let me quickly put it on do not disturb. I thought it was there. There we go. So that is, let's have a little bit more look at this for you. So I'm guided to pull the Sacred Destiny deck for this past life relationship. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. What messages do you have for Leo? Thank you. So Spirit is saying, and it's a sort of that what Spirit is pointing out to me, the colors are very, very same in this card. It may seem for you that there is, it's sad for you at the moment. You're in a space where it feels a little dark, but even when it's dark and it's light, things evolve in the dark. Everything grows in the dark. We are grown in the dark. Seeds grow in the dark. This is a period of time for you to evolve. And this is a period of time for you to let go and let God. Allow the universe to take care of this for you. It asks for an awful lot of trust. But when you trust in your instinct, your higher self, your connection to source energy, you can't go wrong. Because then when you trust and you let go, you're allowing the universal forces, your soul causing and creating, to create what is right for you, to resolve this for you, to allow you to move forward, to allow you to go with the flow, to allow you to feel peace. And this river, it curves and bends and turns, so nothing ever goes in a straight line. And that's part of also our acceptance about our journey, that although we may think that straight line is the perfect way for us to go, it's not necessarily. We have to do various bends and twists. We can be a bit like an acrobat sometimes, but we are being asked to do various parts of a journey that we may or may not wish to do. But those more difficult parts of our journey are when we are most transformative. It is when we are almost forced to feel the feelings, respond or react to them, and either remain in that space reacting, or respond and renew and move forward and go with the flow and see what happens for yourself. When you don't resist, you allow the magic to start to happen. Resistance, when we put up resistance, we're not allowing the spiritual flow. We're not allowing the universe to work for us because we're literally putting up a resistance. We're trying to force a square plug into a round hole. And so if you are constantly trying to make something work, take a step back, even just for a few days, and say, okay, I'm handing it over to the universe. Let me see what happens. Thank you, universe, for taking care of this. Give them a chance. Give the universe a chance to resolve this for you. So let's have a look to see what else. Thank you, Spirit. When you're going with the flow as well, it's about also letting go of criticism for another, criticism for yourself, because none of that is very healthy energy. And when we're criticizing ourselves or another, then we're not accepting that everybody has a life path. Everybody has a life path that their soul has chosen. Some have chosen a really difficult path. And sometimes that path is to help others go through an evolutionary process, to go through an enlightenment process, to release things. That could be their soul's gift to you, as I've talked about before. But it is when we start to blame ourselves and others, we're fixing ourselves in a spot where we're going round and round in circles. And all that is happening is our mind is controlling it. And our mind tends to be based on painful ego-based thoughts. The ego is the part, that pain body part of us that tries to protect things, that tries to transfer things. And if you take a step back from it and observe that you're not those thoughts, you're not those feelings, you are observing yourself having those thoughts and feelings. So who is that unobserved observer? Who is that stillness? Who is that unwatched watcher? That is your soul. That is divine source energy. That is God. You are the divine experiencing. So take a step back from what you think is yourself and start to get to know who is the I am that is you. Start to observe, my darling. Start to allow your higher self to lead you rather than your mind to lead you, because your mind is simply a bunch of thoughts, of things, judge data, things you've told yourself, things that you've allowed yourself to believe that others have told you. It is not who you are. It is not the essence of who you are. And your soul has chosen this path in order to remember what is as always known, to remember it is a part of a member of all that is, the I am, remembering up with a part of all that is. So just know that every relationship, every experience is for the evolution of that soul. So, and you will feel so much better if you can let go at this time. Let's use my intuitive heart tarot just to give you a little bit more information on this, my darling. Thank you. Oop, left a card there. Thank you, Spirit, regarding this relationship for Leo. Thank you. And I love, we've obviously got the Strength card with the Lion for you as well. You are stronger than you know. One of the things is about we are energy. That's all we are. We're energy, and emotion is energy and motion. And don't waste your energy on things you can't control. It is just causing you a lot of pain at this time. So what you've got here is the Two of Swords and the Princess of Wands. Let me show you. So Spirit is saying, come back to this essence of who you are, okay? Come back to your personal space. Sit or stand or whatever in that space and say the words, I am, and say nothing after it. And how does that make you feel? There's a stillness there, isn't there? That's the stillness. That's the space that Spirit wants you to sit in, lie in, or whatever is comfortable for you. That's the space, I am. Whatever you put after those two words is incredibly powerful, because you're stating your energy, your intention, your signal that you're giving out energetically with that word you put after the I am. So be very thoughtful about what words you use. They're incredibly powerful, as are your thoughts. But with this Two of Swords, it's about you. And what I love about the Two of Swords is she's holding truth and clarity in her hands. You're in touch with that. But you just need to stop looking outside of yourself. You'll always go without when you look outside of yourself. Go within. Sit and just say, thank you for the answers. Thank you. I'm open to receiving. Thank you. And then just sit in that stillness without trying to let your mind overtake it, and just sit, just focus on your breathing, just sit. And you may or may not receive something that you are very aware of through images or through words or random thoughts, but you are receiving shifts in energy. You are receiving healing because you're saying to the universe, thank you, I'm open. I am open. I'm willing to receive. I am willing to receive. And the universe goes into overdrive then, because you are literally like a portal saying, I'm open to receive. And this Queen of Wands now, this is you, my darling. And this is in the space where Spirit is asking you, rather than giving all of your attention and focus to this relationship that you can't control, come back to you now. Come back to you. What is it, my darling, that you love? What makes you happy? Your soul is yearning for this. What is it that you love to do? What is it that you're amazing at doing? What is it that you have, secretly loved to do for a very long time? That is your creative expression. And that is a way that your soul, God, talks to you. Your creative expression is an individual representation of your soul's physical journey. So your soul, every time you have that urge, that excitement, that leaning, that wanting to do something that fills you with excitement or joy or happiness, that is your soul speaking quietly, piercing through all of that noise in your head. And that is, follow that yellow brick road, literally follow that yellow brick road, Spirit is saying. And every time you do that, you're individually representing yourself in that present moment of this is who I am. And it allows for a huge amount of healing and a huge amount of shifts within you. So that's the Queen of Wands for you. Let's see what else. And Spirit is saying, thank you. I've got the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. It's time for you to step forward now. Time for you to step forward with that energy understanding, with that observance, with that willingness to listen, the willingness to listen and understand, not just to reply to somebody, but really listen to understand, and the willingness to listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, because it's going to allow you to step forward from cycles of behavior, which we all have had. And many people are going through, when we're repeating cycle after cycle after cycle, because we haven't at that place been ready to make the shift. Your soul is now saying it's time to make that step forward and to be willing and open to receive what it is that your soul is giving you, that will allow you to move forward, let go, let God, and allow you to bring in what is coming in for you, which, my darling, I promise you, as you shift and change, the experiences that are coming forward for you are going to fill you with so much joy. So let's see what else comes forward about this for you, for love. Thank you, Spirit. One more card from this deck, please. It will make you feel vulnerable, and it will make you feel open. So look, the Three of Wands. What is happening here is, because you are already, even without realizing it, going through, you've already made this decision at a soul level that it's time. It's time to make changes. It's time to shift your perspective. It's time to start to go through, or if you already are going through, this enlightenment process where it's about acceptance of yourself, acceptance of others, acceptance of who you are and what your relationship is in connection with everything else. And this is this Three of Wands. Your soul is manifesting this. Your soul is putting out there, this is what you desire. This is what you deserve. So don't be surprised if doorways have closed for you with relationships, or things are moving away, because at a deeper level, you are calling forth something at a different energy space now that you deserve, that you are desiring. And this is the Three of Wands. This is your manifestations, as above, down below. Listen to what you are receiving in random thoughts. Listen to messages that resonate with you. Listen and look at signs and synchronicities and believe them. They're not just weird and wonderful signs and synchronicities. They are messages from your soul to you. That's how powerful your soul is. You are a master manifester, and you are subconsciously or consciously creating the whole time. But this is a temporary situation, darling. Everything flows, goes back to that flow card. Everything is fleeting. Nothing is ours to keep. Everything is for our evolution on our soul path. So just try and not get too attached to outcomes or too attached to things that you're trying to hold on to. It's in the letting go that you're allowing the beautiful, free-flowing life experiences to come through for you. Thank you, Spirit. So let me just pull from, which one do you want me to do, Spirit? Let's do my Witch's Tarot for you, about what is coming in for you for love next year, 2022, for Leo. Thank you, Spirit. I'm using my little mini cards here. So thank you. King of Pentacles is coming in with an Ace of Pentacles. Well, I think the Spirit have been very, very clear. As you make this shift, as you make this change, abundance in many forms is going to come into your life because you're open to receiving it, and you are growing in self-love and understanding and self-respect. And as you start to have that for yourself, it is reflected in the relationships around you and what you are drawing into you. And you've got this King of Pentacles coming in 2022 with a divinely timed gift. This is something your soul is manifesting for you. This is what you're manifesting. Somebody who is stable and grounded, very able to make decisions from a space that is good for them and also good for other people, has gone through various things that has allowed them to understand what they really desire in their life, what they value in their life as well. And you're going to meet them at exactly the right time. It's going to be a serendipitous moment, because this is the change that's happening for you. It's a gift of divinity. It's God. And it may come in a way that you may overlook. You may not see it, and then it'll take you by surprise. So it may be somebody that you already know, but suddenly there is a different energy between you. That's what Spirit's saying. For others of you, it may be somebody new, but you will know that you know them anyway because of the soul connection there. So beautiful, beautiful love reading for you of what is coming in for 2022. For some of you, there is an excitement of a project or a venture together. That's another message that Spirit has given me. And it's something that is going to grow. This relationship is... it's going to grow in a way that is sustainable. It's going to grow in a way that it matures at the right time. It grows at the right time. It's evolving as you are evolving and they're evolving. So I hope that makes sense, but it's very connected. It's very connected, and it's going to bring you a great amount of joy. So that is your love reading, Leo. Let's move on now to your career and life path. Which card, Spirit, are we using for this? So let me pull the energy cards for you, first of all, for, well, the Sacred Destiny deck, to see for you for career and life path. Thank you for Spirit. Change. Well, I'm not surprised to see that, because as you go through the changes emotionally as well and energetically, there is going to be change for you with your career and life path. So let's have a look, first of all, at this card. So again, this is a really nice change for you. This is a sort of magical mystery ride, and things are clearing. This is like sort of clouds that change shape. So as you shift in your energy space, there are going to be gifts that come to you, things that you are maybe half aware that you are able to do, or kind of always wanted to do, but things are going to change, and you're going to step into that space where these gifts are going to come to you, and you're going to be very aware that you are able to do this really rather well. And it's a space that's going to allow you to, this change that is happening is going to, and also where you are energetically, is going to allow you to see things from that different perspective, where you're saying, okay, so this is happening for me. Okay, that door's closed because that's not meant to happen, which means something else is coming in. So you're going to allow yourself to observe everything and see what is happening on a spiritual level, on a soul level for you. So And Spirit is saying, as you go into 2022, just like you can decide to get on a ride, like this merry-go-round ride as well, you can make a choice. You can make a choice about which horse you're going to get on. It's okay to change your mind about things. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to say no. Don't, out of guilt, decide to remain with something if it doesn't feel right for you. Because, my darling, if it's right for you on a soul level, it's going to be right for everybody else around you on a soul level. It is when we make decisions that don't feel right for us, or fill us with fear, or fill us with guilt or doubt, that we're then not allowing everybody else around us to also shift accordingly. I hope that makes sense for you, but it's really, Spirit is saying, do what you're wanting to do. Be daring. If you're looking to do something different, be different. I mean, I used to work in the city. I used to run a charity. I used to do events. I was in London. I lived in London and Hong Kong. This is completely different to what I used to do. But it took me to come to the edge to do it. And I have never looked back, and I love it so much. So be daring, be different. And remember as well that, again, it comes back to that letting go and enjoying the ride. Just enjoy the ride now. Let go of what you can't control. Look at everything to say, okay, this doesn't have meaning other than the meaning I'm giving it. Is this really a problem, or is it a problem because it's not going the way I want it to go? So if it's not going the way I want it to go, should I take my hands off the wheel and just allow things to happen and see what happens? Because in that change, you're allowing the universe to step in. You can't suddenly be where you are manifesting and wishing to be without making change. Change is evolution. Evolution always goes forward. So embrace whatever change is happening for you now in your career and life path, because Spirit is saying, get ready for a really lovely magical mystery ride. So let's see what else is coming out for you, Leo. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Look, love Spirit so much. There we go. Look, 8 of Wands has come out for you. This is pure source energy. Okay, this is your soul manifesting. This is you causing and creating. Everything within your soul, your career and life path, as above, down below, is all metamorphosizing at different stages now. You're weaving together on a soul level your life path, and it's all coming in for you at the various stages that it needs to. And this is a reminder for you, where your attention goes, energy flows. I know you hear me say that a lot if you watch me. But it's so important, because we're simply energy. So when we give our attention to something, that energy flows with it, and it either creates more of it, and it either creates more of it, or it just pushes it along and pushes it along. So think about this. Surely you want whatever you're looking to manifest to happen. So focus on that from a positive, beautiful trust that it's happening, because the universe always responds to yes. When you know something is going to happen, when you feel it, you know it, you trust in it, the universe has to bring it to you. You're willing it to happen. It is God's will. I am. It is God's will. So, but if you start to attach to that different energy of doubt or fear, or you get other people involved and you talk about it to other people who may or may not be aware that subconsciously they're affecting that beautiful energy flow with their doubts, their fears, their personal reactions to it, it mucks it up. So keep your attention moving forward, moving, trusting that whatever it is you're looking to do, it's already happened in the 5D. It just hasn't appeared in your reality yet, or maybe some of it has, but it is evolving at a natural pace. It's metamorphosizing just like the butterfly at a natural pace. And Spirit is saying you're going to get messages soon. You're going to start to see stuff really, really soon. And I think that's lovely. And now look on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 2 of Wands. You've already made this decision. That is this wand. It's stuck in the ground. It's done. And now this is this Ace of Wands. Direct, where attention goes, energy flows. Do you see? He's focusing completely forward from his higher self, and he's holding in that hand. It's like that ball of kind of all it is, that circle. everything. It's like a focus. It's like how do you say, it's like kind of the world's your oyster. Thank you, Spirit. So this is this understanding that you are causing and creating this, and don't this is not a time to, this is a time to relax and receive and release and let things in, but it is also a time, Spirit is saying, don't sit and do nothing out of fear. If you feel that urge to do things, do it. Don't do it out of self-doubt or lack of self-competence. So I'm just going to pull one more card for you for this, and we're going to use the Animal Oracle card. But beautiful reading for you, Leo. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So on the bottom of the deck, you've got the whale. Live as a fully conscious being. This is with the understanding that you are causing and creating. The whale represents the cosmos, the universe, and it communicates on a vibrational level. So you are always communicating with everything around you and what you're causing and creating from a vibrational level. So remember that as you move forward now. Be thoughtful about what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're talking to people about. And the whale also talks about being the end of a cycle, beginning of something new, something amazing. So live as a fully conscious being, live with the understanding that you are a powerful manifester. What you are putting out there is coming back to you, my darling. And then you've got the swan, demonstrate grace and majesty. A wonderful card for you about going with the flow, gliding through the water, knowing that a lot of the inner work is all happening underneath, and you're doing it instinctively, intuitively, and you are gliding along, trusting on what is coming forward for you on that path. It talks about something that's also very noble. The swans are owned by the queen. So it's something noble that you're looking to do as well. And as part of this process, you are releasing and letting go, and you are healing an awful lot of things that you've been carrying around with you as well. And you are being so guided. I'm seeing something about Christmas here for you, something about messages for Christmas. And thank you, Spirit. Also, just do everything now, moving forward from the heart space, not the head space, from the heart space. Feel your way around this. Ask those questions over and over again. Why is this happening? Say thank you all the time for everything that is happening for you. Gratitude is the fastest way of releasing all resistance and allowing things to happen. But you'll just feel it and know it and trust it. This is not don't think this is your mind playing tricks on you. This is real. Your reality is real. You're causing this reality. So now have fun with it. Go on that magical mystery ride, my darling, and enjoy your 2022. So Leo, I will be looking to do a December reading for you, obviously some stage before Christmas, but otherwise, my darling, have a really lovely Christmas and a very, very happy New Year. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.